ASA Classic coverage is brought to you by Black Eagle Arrows. All right, Darren, Christian Berry, here we are looking at the Open Pro standings. This is like a who's who of Open Pro. We've got a bunch of seasoned veterans here. Dan McCarthy leading the way with a 432. Levi Morgan, 13-time shooter of the year at 424. Andy Callaway, 422. Jack Wallace, 414. And Shane Bragg at 410.
This is going to be an interesting shoot-off. We've got some big guns out there with that 14 ring in play. I'm anxious to see what happens.
All right, let's go over to Louis Holmes for our shooter introductions.
There's nothing unknown about these next 5 guys. All right, so we got the Open Pro guys. Coming in 5th, shooting for Prime, Shane Bragg from Michigan, 410 with 10 bonus rings. We want you guys to applause afterwards. All right. Coming in 4th, shooting for PSC, Jack Wallace from South Carolina, 414 with 13 bonus rings. Andy Callaway coming in 3rd, shooting for Matthews from South Carolina, 422, 15 bonus rings. I think we all know this guy. Coming in 2nd, Levi Morgan from Pennsylvania, shooting for Matthews, 424 with 15 bonus rings. And your current leader, Dan McCarthy, sitting in 1st with a 432 with 17 bonus rings, shooting for Matthews from Wisconsin.
All right, Darren. Well, they're lining up for the first target there. Yeah, there we get a good look at Dan McCarthy. Considered by many to be like one of the more cerebral archers out there.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm looking at Danny's score here on the paper in front of us. 17 bonus rings for the weekend, so that's a potential of 34 up. He finished with 32 up. He shot 1-8 out of 40 targets out there this weekend. All the lighting, all the shadows, all the judging, all the chances to make a mistake, and he made 1. So, man, oh man, I mean, that gives me goosebumps thinking about it. So that's how good these guys are at what they do, and that's phenomenal shooting. He's got an 8-point lead over Levi. Levi just won Shooter of the Year again. I'm anxious to see how aggressive, meaning does Levi really go at 14s and try to push Dan? Is he happy with winning Shooter of the Year? Is he going to try to win the Classic as well? So we're getting ready to find out.
Yeah, we're looking at Shane Bragg. He is on the XL Deer. Oh, Shane went for the 14, and it went real high.
He caught some foam. He's going to get 5 points out of it.
That was Dan McCarthy on the links there. That's a center 10. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Shane. He must have misset his sight. Here's a look at Andy Callaway.
That's a good look right there.
Good shot there. Just off the 12 for Andy Callaway. Let's go out here to Don Bailey and get our scoring underway. Dan McCarthy, we have that 10 for Dan. Move him to 442. Next up is Levi Morgan on the Audad.
And let's see what he's got.
There we go.
12 points.
Good shot, Levi.
So that leads now 6. This is going to be a good shoot down.
Next up, we've got Andy Callaway on that javelina, 410, or excuse me, with a 10 for a 432.
Jack on that. Oh, that's a good look right there. That's really close to that 12, just over
10.
it. Jack calls uppers.
Oh, right.
That's right. He shoots uppers on everything but the turkey, so he was probably just a couple yards short on that target.
Now, here's the one. Shane Bragg. Boy, he just managed to catch foam there.
They call that wonder foam. Wonder it stayed in there.
Yeah, you can see there, Ken fixing it. That's where he was, in that very top. Any more speed and that would have gone through, that would have been a 0.
Saved Mike from having to pay for a patch job on that wall back there by hitting that target. Shane will regroup and probably go with the 14 on this links as well. He was 22 points behind Dan. He came in 5th, so he really has nothing to lose. He can be as aggressive as he wants to be.
Got to look at Jack Wallace there.
We talk about consistency, or I do all the time. I'm watching these guys do it. Michael Braden's got a real consistent shot. Jax does the same thing over and over and over and over.
Oh, and he went for the 14, and I believe he got it. Jack Wallace, 21 years a pro. He doesn't look old enough to be a pro for 21 years.
He won Shooter of the Year back in 1996, I believe it was.
Unbelievable.
He was
Dan McCarthy.
He must have been like 7.
That's Dan McCarthy's arrow on the Audad. We're going to go down here to Shane Bragg. Looks like he went 14 hunting.
He did. And the verdict is, there you go. Good for Shane. Good comeback there. Very good comeback.
Dan McCarthy on the Audad.
Just a 10.
That's a 10. Moves him to 452.
Levi was close on that one.
Oh, just left.
So Dan's lead will still be 6 points.
Yep. There's Andy Callaway on the long javelina, center 10.
It's a great shot on that target.
Moves him to 442. And now here he is, Jack Wallace.
Jack's going to make his move to try to get on the podium.
Yeah. One of the best at judging out there is Jack Wallace. If he 438.
If he 14'd that one, I'd say he's going to 14 the next one as well.
So we've got Dan McCarthy at 452, Levi Morgan 446, Andy Callaway at 442, Jack Wallace 438, and Shane Bragg 429. Everyone rotated around.
Levi's on what I call the pivotal target out there, is that Wolverine. He gets past it with a 10 or better. Good look at Levi there. Strong shot, and
he got it. The longest target out there, and that's not questionable. He punched that.
Oh, not surprised. Oh,
Dan.
McCarthy answers. Nothing gained there. They both just traded off scores.
He's probably saying freaking McCarthy again.
I wonder, Levi's going to come down. His last 2 targets are the 2 shortest ones, so an 8 for Jack.
That's an 8 for Jack.
He must have went at the 14 there. I didn't see where it landed.
446, so we're coming over to Shane Bragg on the Audad. He went for the 14. Takes an 8. Moves him to
Good 12 by Dan there.
437.
Almost inside out.
12 for Dan McCarthy. 464. And here's the long bomb.
That's a great shot,
That
Mr.
is
Morgan.
Unbelievable shot there.
I know him by Levi, but he has earned Mr. Morgan.
Oh, he must have called upper. Wait, he's looking around.
Levi never shoots uppers.
No. 12 for Andy Callaway.
Maybe he does on that target. I don't know.
He doesn't. He didn't dispute that, so I guess Levi did go
Maybe
upper.
he did. Maybe. Well,
All right. Well, 464 for Dan McCarthy, 456 for Levi Morgan. Andy Callaway with that 12 comes to 454. Got a 446 for Jack Wallace and 437 for Shane Bragg.
So Dan's lead is back up to 8 points. Levi, I think, has to try to 14 this deer here if he wants to win this tournament. I think Levi has to go with the 14 here if he wants to win this tournament. And then if he does, I think Dan will have to follow suit. So these next 2 arrows are huge.
Got a good look here at Andy Callaway. He's got his wife, Janet, and his dad, Rich, in the audience.
And Thor, don't forget Thor.
Thor, yes, absolutely. His dog, Thor, is always with him. Oh, that's a good shot.
That's close. Good look at Jack.
He went for it on that.
Everybody's 14 hunting.
Andy does not look, he didn't look happy with that shot, but boy, it sure looks
It's close. It's very
Let's see
close.
What Don Bailey calls here.
14 or 8.
Getting out the light.
It's a good look there. I'm thinking it's just under it. Just a sliver of foam between the arrow and that line.
Shuffling the cards.
And
yep.
it is.
8.
Good shot at it, though. Man, oh man, that's close. Jack shot it to 14 on the aoudad.
So that's a 462 for Andy Callaway. Jack's going to take an 8 here. Move him to 454.
Shane went at the 14 on the javelina.
Oh, look at that. Another one.
I think
that
that one's in. Let's call that one in, Don.
We've had
He didn't look very long. I think it is in. I think we're going to get that one.
There it is.
Good shot. That's a small, most of the 14s are either equal to or even just a touch bigger, but on the javelina, it's a touch smaller than the 12, so it's a tough target. Good center 10 for Dan.
474 for Dan.
And then
now Levi, he went for it. I think
he's got it.
I can't see it, but it looks like he crushed it.
I haven't seen the camera angle yet, but from here it looks like he's got it. How about dead center?
How about that?
Now, see, I think Dan has to go with the 14 here because Levi's going to 14 this lynx. 14, that cuts his lead to 4. Big arrow for McCarthy here, but man, he always hits him when he has to, so he can shoot to 12. But if Levi 14's the lynx, then his lead's only 2. So big arrow right here coming up.
He padded his distance between third place Andy Callaway, so he did gain some ground there.
I really think McCarthy goes at the 14 here. I know that sounds crazy. Well, he's still got a 4-point lead. I get it, but Levi's shooting the shortest target on the range right now. He just dead centered this deer, so I have no doubt he's going to 14 this lynx over there. Look at the determination on that guy.
You think he wants it?
Yeah, breathing heavy, getting psyched up. And watch the master go to work here. Oh, you did not get it.
Dan McCarthy still holding.
If Dan knew that, he would change. No, he just went at the 12 and got it.
Got it.
He obviously knows what he's doing. I'm surprised, but.
So look at Andy Callaway on that aoudad. Just left.
So a 12 and 8, that'll be a 4-point swing back. McCarthy's lead will go back to 8 with one arrow, with the final arrow to come.
478 for Levi Morgan. Andy Callaway, that's going to be an 8 as well. 470 for Andy. Coming over to Jack Wallace. 8 for him. 462.
And Shane still No, I thought he may have shot at the 14 there.
He takes
He got a 10.
461. And our leader, Dan McCarthy, he did what he needed to do.
Smashed that 12. Good look there.
All right. Big cheer for Dan there. 486. He is our leader. So we're gonna.
One arrow to go.
And there's only 2 guys up.
So
it's just going to be Dan and Levi.
Yeah.
I think Dan's telling him, I think you should go for the 14.
Yeah.
Just go for that 14.
He's going to go for it. I know, because he's got nothing to lose. 2 guys left. The only guys that are within 10 points of the leader will shoot this final arrow, which is just Levi. He's 8 points behind Dan, so he has nothing. If he can miss the target and still get second. If he 14s it, I don't think that's enough pressure to spook Dan McCarthy.
So that's one thing that Levi said today about Dan McCarthy pushing him is he said Dan McCarthy does not get nervous. And Levi said he was nerves all day today, you know, gunning for that shooter of the year. And he's like, Dan McCarthy just doesn't get nervous.
Yeah, if he does get nervous, I mean, he's got to feel something at some point, but I don't know. He obviously handles it well. Whatever mental program or what he's telling himself mentally, he handles that pressure well. Even indoors, Dan's a great indoor shooter.
Yeah.
He's got a good, well-rounded mental game for any archery challenge out there.
We should mention that Dan is our 2019 shooter of the year in this division. So, and he finished second this year to Levi.
And 2005.
Yep. He said last year he's gotten as good at coming in second to Levi as Levi has at coming in first in shooter of the year.
That's not a bad place to be if you start doing all the math and check with your accountant, because those checks add up.
Absolutely.
Levi already gave Dan a hug, so I'm pretty sure he's conceded this win. But we're going to shoot this arrow just to see what happens anyway.
Let's give the crowd a show here.
Shoot it left-handed, Levi.
Big round of applause. Good luck there from Dan. We've got the Bless Buck out there. They're shooting from the 3rd position as well. Looks like they didn't put it exactly where the seniors. Might have moved it up just a little bit, but it's close to the same spot.
Oh. That's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Another one.
That just makes me smile watching that.
Unbelievable.
Might as well 12 it. Show him you can hit that bonus ring too.
How many times have we seen this where it comes down to these 2 in this division?
A bunch. And that's good. Even if you're, I mean, if you finish second at every tournament, that just tells me you're one of the best there is, because you're always right there. I know it would be frustrating for a streak of second place finishes, but man, that just means you're really awesome at what you're doing.
I should say Dan won here the first tournament of the year in Foley.
12.
Got it.
Man, that's
I
fantastic.
see your bonus ring.
Yep. That's fantastic. Congratulations, Dan McCarthy.
Don Bailey makes it official. Dan McCarthy getting his congratulations there. There's his wife, Emily. Big hug there from her. We're going to hear from our 2020 ASA Classic champ over here in a minute, Dan McCarthy. Had to collect his arrow from Don Bailey there.
Just another day at work.
We'll get a smile out of him yet.
Yeah, yeah.
He's going to come right on over and put on the headsets. Let's see if we can hear him. Dan, can you hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us, Dan? You got us, Dan?
Who am I supposed to talk to?
Can you hear us here, Dan?
Check, check. No, I can hear this whole time.
Hi, Dan McCarthy, Darren Christenberry here. Great shooting, buddy.
Thanks, man.
We were just talking there briefly before everything finished up. I was complimenting you and Levi on your battles, you know, how many times we've seen it. And I was complimenting on your mental game. You know, you're not just strong out here in the 3D world. You've got it indoors, everywhere you go. Dan McCarthy, you know, PJ said you don't get nervous. I said if he gets nervous, he handles it well, and that's an attribute to your mental game. You know, where you get that from? How do you stay so mentally stable and mentally tough out there?
Man, if you guys could feel kind of what we feel out here, I feel like you're giving me a little more credit than it's probably due. I get nervous. Everybody gets nervous out here. I think what tears your mental game down out here is when you think you're the only one on that line that's nervous. I think being realistic and realizing that all of us out here are nervous, every one of us. If my heart's beating, that means that I shot well enough for it to matter, and that's a good thing, you know. So you take that energy and you go with it and you just shoot through it, and you let the chips fall where they fall, and you know that's it. I mean, try to not make it any bigger than what it is. It's a big tournament. You want to win them all, but you're going to lose way more than you're going to win, and that's just part of the game.
Yeah, man, that's a great way to put it. You handle it well. If you're nervous, you don't show it very much. Hats off to you, buddy. Congratulations.
I
great
appreciate
weekend.
It. Thanks a lot, Darren.
Great win there from Dan McCarthy. Second win of the season for him. He was messing with us there a little bit at the end, Darren. All right, folks, we are going to be right back. In a short while, we're going to have our known pro. That's going to be our last division of the night here at the ASA Classic in Foley, Alabama. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Announcing the new patent-pending CarboFlax stabilizers. A biocomposite blend of carbon and flax. Flax plant yields a natural fiber with very advanced properties. Flax offers 3 times the vibration dampening of glass and 20% more than carbon. Natural composites are up to 15% lower weight than carbon fiber. TrueBall Excel. We make archery better.
One chance, one moment, one shot.
That's a good feeling to know I can make this bow do whatever I want it to do and it will react.
This thing is just so much more stable, and it just controls an arrow so well.
Coolest part about it is all you need is a Torx wrench and a couple of Allen wrenches, and you can just stand there on the line. You don't have to run in and put it in the press and move those shims. This is a dream to work with right now.